What's going on, everybody? It's Crypto Vision here, back again with another crypto market update. Today's video, we're going to be checking out XPR per subscriber request. So if you like today's video, please hit that like button. Please subscribe for more. Leave a comment where you're tuning in from. I really appreciate it. So we got XPR here on the weekly. Haven't looked at the stats yet, so chart is nice and clean. Just from opening it up and looking at it, I do like the structure we're in right now. You definitely had this was definitely your bear market come down through here, right? Bear market, reaccumulation, and through here. And so up through here, I mean, this is starting to look more and more, right? More and more. And I'm even going to consider it from here, right? Something like through there. Like a nice cup and handle, like a nice cup and handle, right? So right now you're back testing. Let me get rid of all the chicken scratch. Right, back testing, and I mean theoretically you could come back and back test that 50 week EMA. I don't know, but it is right on that. If we go through here, something right there. That's kind of a line I'd look for, right? A line I'd look for. What is that down? That's down an additional 12%, 12% or something like that. In terms of overall structure, it looks a lot better than most crypto, right? You're in an uptrend, you got higher lows. I do, let's see through here. This does look like your 1-2 is up in through here, right? You have like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't really wouldn't consider that a 5, but you know what? Let's start checking things out, right? That's kind of a weak. It's a weak sauce. The 2618. Let's bring it down through here. And your 3 got right to your 1618. Okay, so boom, boom. That's good. I'm gonna come from down through here. I mean, got past the 1 on a wick. It did get past the 1 on a wick, so yeah, I like this as a 5-wave move up, right? As a 5-wave move up. So this is like your first wave right here. I mean, this is your second wave down. Okay, so that's a 2. Okay, didn't break the lows, so we're good. So that means this was your third wave right through here. Okay, so this is your third wave in through here. And so now this begs the question, right? Are we going to get some type of running flat? Okay, some type of running flat. Let's see what we got to. Okay, so if we're in a 1-2 down through here, all right, so if we do have a 5-wave move to the upside, I mean, you exceeded every single expectation. I am looking kind of at this has to be just a little bit, adjusted a little bit more accurately. Perfect. I mean, broke through, found support, right? So you broke through your 618. So right here is like the meat of your resistance. Right, so got way through that. The only thing that's kind of, giving me trouble is this right through here. Maybe a truncated 5th. All right, let's see where this 5th wave got to. I don't think it got very high at all. Yeah, like a truncated 5th. Right, you tried to reach for your 618, couldn't even close above your 0.5. So this, right, it's kind of tricky, but I don't believe. I mean that is just 1 week, so we could have, a 1, 2, 3, and you could be in your fourth. And then now you're waiting to get your fifth to complete your third wave. So the fifth wave of the third wave, right? Fifth wave of the third wave. Something like that up through there. Just with the fact that, you know, you didn't really have a fifth wave. You didn't really have a 1 week fourth wave move. I don't really like that at all. So that's what I'm kind of thinking for right now. Definitely looking for a fifth to the upside. And, you know, I can leave that right there. I'll leave that right there. Where can we go? That's the question, right? That is the question. I'm going to take this low. $136 million, so a pretty small asset. Pretty small asset. I like up through here, right? This 4272 for sure. 3414 up through here. I mean, and if you get up through there, I mean, you might as well get to all-time highs. I mean, honestly, you're at that point you'd be so close to all-time highs. And this is on the weekly as well. Okay. And then overall, right? I just want to see overall. Because you have a 1, 2. Boom. I didn't take that measurement last time. I took it up through there. Did I take that up through there? Maybe I didn't. No, I think I did. Yeah, I think, yeah, that's it. That's the move that I'm looking for this asset right here. I mean, it obviously you can exceed your expectations, you can fall short of your expectations, but I mean, that's I'm gonna take this down and kind of see where we're at. If you do, I mean, if you just launch from right here, that's an additional. I mean, that's an additional 600%. You know, and from the lows down through here in November, I mean, it's a 4,000% move. You know, if you come down, correct this a little bit, come down through here and go up there, you know, it's a 400 to 700% move. So, right, some quality stuff going on. The thing is this an A, B, C? Is this your A? Is that your B? And you're gonna come down for a C? I don't see a liquidation event. Where's October? Where's the week of October 10th this week? Didn't really do much on there. But overall, right, you do have your 20-day EMA or your 20-week EMA looking kind of bearishly postured, like it does want to correct a little bit. I do want to see, when did this start to go crazy? So January. So this really took off in January, so about 2 months late. So if the idea is, you know, most of the crypto market takes off November-ish again, then this could possibly be delayed until January, and more so than anything just correcting. So when things were kind of going crazy, it was correcting. And so I could definitely see that. I do want to get some fib retracement levels. So we come down through here just on the A wave. If this is an A wave, right? You're below your 382. Not ideal. Not ideal at all. Look at that 618. That 618 is right below. Interesting. I do want to at least mark out, 786. And then through here, actually I want to take to see where this B wave got up to, right to the 1-to-1 extension. Okay, that's perfect. Yeah, I think that is your B wave, so I think you're coming down for a C wave. So where we've gone so far, right, can we align this with anything? That 1618 is right next to that 786, so we're going to move this slightly down to there. Okay, and where's your, I like this right there, boom. Come down for a double bottom almost. So you have 3 levels, right? 3 levels. You could do a higher, you could have your higher low with your C not reaching down, right, and have kind of a running flat. Um, you can have a deeper correction. I mean, this is actually still a higher low, double bottom. Let me get one more. Let me get one more on there. Let me get one more on there. That would make sense. Maybe right through there. Yeah, that's pretty low, but we've seen crypto do some things before. Let me do that. Let me come back this way. No, and let me get the overall move. $618. Oh, I like this being right there. Boom, right there. 618. That's, I mean, there you go. That's a 618 right there. Overall move. Okay, so you got 3 levels to the downside. You got 2 to the upside. You got 2 resistance bands, and then you got 2 to the upside. I did leave this yellow just because it's within the range right now. So nothing to worry about, because if you do drop down through here, right, that's going to be your first resistance. That could lead to you going lower, right? So overall, that's what I got for the weekly. Let's check out the RSI. Yeah, I mean, you had bearish divergence, right? Bearish divergence. It hasn't really played out much. I mean, you had bearish divergence at what was your price? 5948. What do you got? 48. So I mean, it's not, your bearish divergence really hasn't played out. You have been oversold on the Fu Manchu, right? You're oversold. Not really on your RSI though. All right, not on your RSI yet. So I think you can go lower. Let's check out this RSI real quick on the weekly, and then we'll get to the daily. Call it a day. Bing, bing, bang. Boom, 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 boom. Let's leave this for now. Let's be conservative. And then something through here, maybe something through there. Does that line up with anything? About that right there. Boom. Cool. We'll leave that for there for now. And make sure this isn't on every single chart. Don't need that on the hourly. And don't need that on the hourly. Cool, cool. Okay, so you're kind of just consolidating. When does that put us in a decision time in general, right? January, February. Essentially when this thing was going crazy, right? January. It kind of moved up a little bit in February, but not much. But January-ish kind of goes along with what I was thinking. In terms of the daily, yeah, you look a little bit weaker relative to other projects in crypto. You got your 50 bearishly postured. Looks like it wants to cross below the 100. You are closing today below your 200. That's not a great sign. Yeah, I mean, right now this is a kind of a bearish looking chart. Bearish looking chart for sure. Not overall bearish, but in terms of, and then within the next couple weeks to maybe a month, you could see a little bit of downside. I think a little bit of downside. It's kind of begging for a correction through here too. Like you haven't really done anything. You're setting up. You kind of have your 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe come down. Right. I know you do have your higher lows. Right. You have higher lows. But I think you have lower highs. Yeah, you have lower highs. So, kind of looking at something like that. All right, I'm gonna draw it up nice. I'll draw it up nice for you guys. Like that. Don't need to extend it. And do something like, we'll do something like this. Alright, boom, boom. Okay, let's extend this, just like that. Cool. So we'll see how this plays out right through here. the next time this interacts up through here, right? So you're looking at, you know, 1, you come down, you have 1, you have 1, you have 2, you have 2, you have 3, right? You come up for a third, and then you reject. It's usually the fourth. I mean, I just time and time again, it's typically the fourth, right? So that's why when you slam down, whichever way you touch usually is the opposite. So since you touch the bottom, you're going to reject off the top. You know, if you came up if you came up like this, and you reject, 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 right? This last one, boom, you're going like that. Get out of here, bro. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Just the overall, because you just have, every time a resistance line, a sell side wall, a buy side wall is weakened, every time a trend line is interacted with, it's weakened, and therefore, you know, the more times, you know, the higher probability of it breaking down or breaking out. So, but yeah, that's what I got for XPR on the daily. What about, are we going to see any short-term clues to what's going on? Short-term clues. I mean, he did really get oversold on October 10th, but he didn't really move anywhere. Maybe because this is on the crypto exchange, maybe on Bybit or whatever, it went way down. I'm not sure, right? I'm really not sure. But I mean, you know, you got something working right here. It just looks kind of like an M pattern, you know, kind of just not much going on without any kind of upward move, right? These moves, you got to move. Right, you're breaking down below that. Yeah, you're like breaking down right below that, right, as we speak. I think this is getting ready to go down. So, you know, I'm not a financial advisor. This isn't financial advice, but the way you know, everything is postured now, right? You just had a cross on the 50. You just had a cross, so I think you definitely are taking out this low. All right, probably this low, coming down, completing everything, and then going up. Something like that, working your way up. But it might be some time, right? It might be some time. In order to prove me wrong and to think that, okay, we're going higher, we have to get above 83872. You close a daily candle above that, and you are set to go higher. So, yeah, that's what I got for XPR. I hope that makes sense. You know, I haven't covered the asset before, so if you guys have different thoughts, if you guys have heard different things, drop it in the comments. I'm always down to learn. And so, you know, if you have any other cryptos that you'd like me to cover, drop those in the comments too. Please remember to hit that like button and subscribe. 60% of you guys aren't subscribed. And, you know, I just hope that this is helping and it's worth your time. And so if it is, show some love, baby. It's free for you and it helps out the channel. So, as always, thank you for stopping by. Have a great rest of your day. Take it easy. Peace.